Okay, this is a reaction video. This is from Girl Gone London. Please click like, share, and subscribe for her as well as for me. 5 condiments I only learned about moving to the UK. Well, like I said, I was in the UK earlier. I was in England. I was in London for basically 4 or 5 days earlier this year. Now, the only condiments that I really got a chance was ketchup and mayo. And ketchup the mayo was the same as in the United States, but the ketchup was a bit different. I did see other condiments on the shelf that I could have gotten, but I didn't. Like I said, I was only there for 4 or 5 days. Wasn't there as long as certainly she has been there. But let's see what condiments she only learned about after moving to the UK. Let's see what we're talking about here.
Whether you're trying to elevate a dish that already tastes good, or you are a terrible cook and trying to save a dish gone bad, the second usually applies to me, condiments are the answer. And in this video, we're covering 6 British sauces and condiments that I either hadn't heard of or hadn't tried at all before moving to the UK. Let me know your favorites from this list and the others that I should try. First up is HP sauce. It does not...
Now, I don't know what HP sauce is. I saw that, but I don't know what it is.
Get more iconically British than HP sauce.
Frankly, I'm not HP.
How to get on the right side of Frank Bruno. Only one sauce can give all Frank's favourite foods the necessary punch.
Steak and chips, cheese on toast, veal and pie, pasties, gourmeties at the lot. All with HP sauce, of course. I always bring the HP.
It's a brown sauce, which is something we also don't have in the US or call by that name. The closest we have is something called A1 steak sauce.
Okay, that's what that is. That's what it looked like. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, A1 steak sauce is something that's pretty good. But if it's HP sauce, we'll see.
Anyway, HP sauce was created in 1895 and is the nation's favorite brown sauce. That is both the marketing and the truth. Its links to the Houses of Parliament resonated with a population that craved symbols of cultural integrity and national pride. For many working-class families in industrial Britain, a dollop of HP sauce transformed a modest meal like Bubble and Squeak into a feast. Kind of. Close enough. But there's actually more to HP sauce than its taste, culturally. You can't ignore the imperial undertones of ingredients like tamarind.
Now, I wonder if it would have been good on because I had a sausage pie, sausage meat pie when I was at Stonehenge. I wonder if HP sauce would have been good on it.
The incorporation of tamarind, which is a fruit native to Africa and widely harvested in colonial India, reflects Britain's global reach during its imperial peak. By the mid-20th century, HP sauce became the culinary bridge between Britain's domestic kitchens and its worldwide empire, bottled in every pantry and served with meals both humble and luxurious. Now, modern chefs use HP sauce in surprising ways. You can incorporate it into barbecue ribs, meat marinades, and even vegan alternatives. But for many Brits, the ritual remains sacred. HP sauce goes on bacon buddies, shepherd's pie, and an all-important Sunday fry-up.
Okay, now I don't know what a Sunday fry-up is. I know what shepherd's pie is. But, okay, I said it was something that I didn't get a chance to try when I was there. I did see it on the shelf, and I was curious about it, but I didn't try it. Maybe next time I go there, I will try it.
Now let's talk about salad cream.
Okay, I'm not a big salad person, so it's almost like our what's it called?
Salad cream is an interesting one.
It's kind of like our ranch sauce, ranch dressing, so to speak.
Heinz introduced it in 1914, Britain was on the cusp of drastic change. As World War I loomed and rationing took hold, salad cream provided a saving grace. Using affordable ingredients, it filled the gap left by rich continental dressings and brought a welcome tang to dull wartime rations. During the post-war years, it became a quintessential companion to classic British dishes like potato salad and ham sandwiches. Over the 20th century, salad...
Yeah, it's kind of like ranch dressing in the United States, something I don't know you guys have over there, but it's like kind of like ranch dressing we have in the United States.
The cream's vinegary taste refused to fade, even as mayonnaise dominated the global condiment space. Instead, salad cream adapted, or tried to adapt. though Heinz's 2018 attempt to rebrand it as sandwich cream was not successful. Currently, salad cream kind of thrives on nostalgia. From talking to people, I can tell that it makes them think of school lunch boxes filled with salad cream sandwiches. And today, it's kind of this link between childhood and today. And while it might not have the culinary finesse of its fancier counterparts, that's never been the point. Salad cream isn't fancy cuisine, and it's not supposed to be. Now let's talk about one of my...
Yeah, salad cream is not something that I've ever heard of in the United States. Never heard of salad cream, but like I said, it's kind of like ranch dressing, which is something we have here.
My favorites, malt vinegar. Malt vinegar.
Now, malt vinegar is something that I remember when I was at in Los Angeles 2000. It was my brother and I went to to this place called the Cock and Bull. It was a pub in Los Angeles, and we were going to watch England play Argentina. And we sat at at the bar, and we ordered fish and chips. And the guy gave us malt vinegar, said, try this on it, and we did, and it was pretty good.
Vinegar conjures up images of the sea, with chippies, locals wrapped up in coats bracing the wind, and steaming hot chips doused in this liquid. I actually really love malt vinegar, though it took me a few goes to figure out how much to put on my chips. Drenching them is too much, but just drizzling and I couldn't taste it. Perhaps part of the British citizenship test should be making sure you know how to get the right amount. Now, malt vinegar's origins stem from ale, which is a staple alcoholic beverage of ancient Britain. Malt vinegar's unique flavor, which is kind of earthy and sharp but slightly sweet, it was born accidentally during ale fermentation. However, its efficacy as a natural preservative...
It's also pretty good. I mean, I had some at the Cock and Bull, and I didn't have any when I was in England, but I knew what it tastes like, and it's actually pretty good.
And flavor enhancer turned it into much more than just a byproduct. By the Victorian period, malt vinegar was found in homes and used for pickling everything from onions to eggs. What makes malt vinegar particularly special, though, is its symbolic tie to Britain's industrial expansion. During the 19th century Industrial Revolution, people needed cheap, accessible, and calorie-filled meals to keep working, basically. That's where the pairing of fish, chips, and malt vinegar happened. The acidic vinegar lightened the heaviness of the fried food, making it more palatable for laborers. Next up on my list is mint sauce.
Now that was something I saw, but I didn't know what it was. I mean, I mean, mint sauce is something that, you know, it conjures images of mint, like but again, I don't know what it is. It was really strange to see it, but it was. Like I said, I was only there 4 or 5 days. If I was there a couple of weeks, I probably would have tried some of this stuff, but I never got a chance to.
Many condiments whose origins are tied to industry or imperialism, mint sauce emerges from Britain's pastoral roots. In the Middle Ages, mint fields flourished alongside grazing lands, creating a natural pairing with sheep. Once vinegar and sugar entered the equation, a culinary marriage between the pungent mint sauce and rich lamb was born. And it's sort of seasonal symbolism. Mint sauce is almost inseparable from spring dishes, particularly Easter lamb. Now, I'm a vegetarian, so I haven't had it with lamb. I have had it on its own, but I have heard that the freshness of the mint sauce really cuts through the fattiness of the lamb. During Victorian times, mint sauce was actually a status symbol, accompanying lavish feasts hosted by the gentry. And like I said, in today's Britain, mint sauce is served alongside lamb roast and sometimes even reinvented as a glaze for pork.
Again, it's something that I've seen before, but I don't know what it is. I've never tried it before. And again, when I make it back to England again, I'll try some of these things. Like I said, I've tried the malt vinegar, but I've never tried the mint sauce or the salad. Whatever. I mean, that's something that I'd never heard of before. And again, going through a grocery store in England was really a educational experience for me. It's like all these different things, like frozen chips instead of French fries, which we call it here. It was interesting, or crisps, which is what we call potato chips.
Pork or chicken. Creative chefs have blended it with things like yogurt for modern Middle Eastern inspired dips, and its adaptability keeps it going, meaning that it's both part of Britain's heritage and something that you can have in a restaurant in a slightly different way today. And then we have horseradish. Now,
horseradish is something that we serve in the United States. It's very spicy, as I understand it, and It's good with shrimp in the United States.
Subtle condiments on this list, horseradish sauce, which is very difficult to say, makes its presence known in seconds. It was first documented in Eastern and Central Europe, and it arrived in Britain by the 17th century. Originally, it was sort of a medicinal tonic as well as an accompaniment for beef. It was believed to have restorative powers, eventually becoming a symbol of robust health and flavor. In the Georgian era, horseradish sauce had firmly taken its place at British roast dinner. Paired with beef, typically, it's...
Now, I wonder if it's the same horseradish sauce that we serve in the United States, because I'm not sure.
Heat was sort of soothed by the cream and vinegar addition, so it's smooth and silky but still has a bold flavor like we've talked about. And today, this sauce isn't just confined to roast dinners. It's been reinvented in countless ways. You can use it as a smoky cocktail addition in Bloody Marys, or as the key to perfect seafood cocktail sauce. It can also be used...
Yeah, like I said, in shrimp, that's what they use it for in the United States. There's a place in Indianapolis... God, I forget the name of it. It's a steak place, real famous steak place, really good steak place, very expensive steak place, and they serve their shrimp with horseradish sauce. It's really, really good.
As a spread on sandwiches. And finally, last but not least, Coleman's mustard.
Now, mustard, we have yellow mustard, we have stadium mustard, we have different kind of mustard in the United States, brown mustard.
Coleman's. Easy does it.
Established in 1814, Jeremiah Coleman's blend of mustard seeds created not just sauce, but an institution of British cuisine. And if you're American and you think you've tried mustard, our mustard is not the same. In 1866...
Yeah, the ketchup is not the same either. I brought some ketchup home with me from the UK. It's a lot different from the United States version of ketchup, so I imagine the mustard is different as well.
Coleman earned a royal warrant, solidifying its status as the go-to mustard for dishes gracing royal banquets and ordinary homes alike. Like I said, we have mustard in the US, of course, but not as strong as English mustard. The mustard we use for our hamburgers and hot dogs back home is much, much weaker in flavor, so if you ever come to the UK as an American...
Again, like I said, I'm sure it is different. Like I said, I did something I would not doubt. Like I said, the ketchup was different, but I'm sure the mustard is different. Like, we have also different mustard too. We have brown mustard, we have stadium mustard. We have different mustard as well, but I imagine the mustard in England is a little bit harsher than in the United States.
Make sure to try English mustard. Coleman's mustard in the UK defined roast and pork pies for nearly 2 centuries, and it continues to pair with things like smoked fish, gammon, sausage rolls, and cheese boards.
Yeah, that's what I had a sausage roll in that's what it was, a sausage roll at Stonehenge, and I didn't have any condiments on it, but I probably should have tried that's probably what I should have tried the English mustard. Well, okay. That's interesting. Please click like, share, and subscribe for Girl Gone London as well as for me. I would appreciate it. This was interesting. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.